oftentimes when college presidents step down, there's a financial crisis or a scandal, or they're fighting with the board. And that's not the case here. Everything's good. So I maybe the exception of when I'm stepping down when things are everything good. But I wanted to go out on top, and that's the reason I'm chosen this particular time. Secondly, I'm so committed to Marist. I got Marist, in my blood. My son graduated from this place. So we, created the jobs that most of the people have here. So the only thing I want is in the successor is that they'll hire someone who will continue the great success we have, but even be better than me. That's, one of the reasons I stepped down at this time is because at a high point, it's easy to attract new leaders and people that want to build on what you've done. So I really hope and pray that the board will find someone even better than me, and that over the next at least decade, they'll be able to take Marist to some new heights. Well, one of the things I've said since the early announcement of my decision to step down as president and take the role of president emeritus here was that I didn't want to be a lame duck. And I think that's one of the things that many leaders make a mistake. And so we've really laid out an ambitious schedule of things that we want to do during really basically the last year that I'll be serving as president. And it touches virtually every aspect of the college. As you know, we're in the midst of building a new science building and allied health building across the street. We're still planning for this new great residence complex on the northern end of the campus, not only provide our students with better housing, but it's really going to transform the entire appearance of the northern end of the campus. We're trying to reinvigorate our School of Global and Professional Studies. We're working on that. We're going to be looking for a new library director because our library director is stepping down. So, the work of the college is going to go on in virtually every facet, and I'm kind of known as someone who likes to move fast and to accomplish things, and so I've told all my team that I plan on working just as hard and just as fast as we always have, right to the very last day that I serve as president. So we have a full plate and mostly good things we're working on, but a lot of work ahead of us in this next year. The college has grown in so many aspects. I mean, the quality of the faculty and the national academic reputation that we have now is certainly something that any college president would take pride in. We've transformed this campus. We've reoriented it towards the river. We've built great academic buildings here now at Marist. We built a first-rate library that was really built for the 21st century, a digital library. We've added, I think, something like 53 academic programs during my tenure here. The quality of the student body's gone up dramatically. But I have to say that probably there's one thing that I really take the greatest pride in is when I see our alumni really go out and succeed and accomplish things and then come back and recognize that Marist College played a part in that success. I have uh, uh, individuals that I remember as students here at Marist who are now on the board of trustees who have built great companies and really helping the college. So to remember them as students and see them develop and go on to accomplish great things in their professional lives, not only in business but in medicine and law and the teaching profession and law enforcement, virtually all the different majors, computer science, some of the leading computer scientists and technologists in this country are people that I remember as students. So I find that an extremely rewarding part of being president of Marist for so long, but it really would be hard to pick one and say that that's the best. You do a number of things. One, you advise the chairman of the board on various policy issues and strategies for the college. You help with alumni relations. When I announced that had made the decision to step down, one of the things the alumni office pointed out to me that even surprised me is that I have handed the diplomas to 90% of all the Marist graduates in my 36 years, because before I came, Marist was a very small school, thus we had very few graduates, and as it grew exponentially, then certainly it's not surprising that the vast majority of them have received their degrees. And I'm proud I've never missed a commencement. I've shaken every hand that's coming across the stage. So you work on alumni relations. You help with certain fundraising activities, for individuals that you've developed relationships with through the years are a big part of work as president emeritus. And then from time to time, I'm not going to be a full-time professor, but to teach a course from time to time in topics that I'm interested in, things like leadership, something I'm very much interested in. I think we can really grow that program, nurture it at Marist, particularly with this Raymond A. Rich Leadership Institute. So I hope to be involved in that. But I will also say that I, certainly do not want to be looking over the shoulder or being the hair of the new president. We have to all, we can only have one president. We all have to be loyal to that president and supportive. And so I really, plan on letting them be the leader of the institution, and me taking this, certainly, to the extent I help, it certainly will be behind the scenes. This is sentimental. This isn't a funny one. There's been funny ones, but as a father and a college president, my son graduated from there, so I got to present him with his degree. That's a pretty cool experience, and very, very few people anywhere in the world get to do that. So that's one great memory. But there's so many, opening great buildings, and seeing the campus changed around, the beauty of the Hudson River Valley, where we're based here. Um, you know, and then the other thing that's been fascinating about this job, even though Marist was a relatively small college when we started, we've become not only a national figure as an institution, but even international. So I've met the Pope, I've met presidents while I've been here, I've met the Dalai Lama, I've met the great leaders in the communications field, because I chair that Lowell Thomas Awards Committee that we give every year. Barbara Walters, and back at Walter Cronkite, and just literally, you go through the list of great media figures in the last 3 decades. I've had opportunities to meet with all those people. Just so many great things. It's a challenging job. I love this campus. It's a beautiful place to come to work now. This great office, we were talking about the hayloft here. It's a great part. But I think my wife and I talked about this. The thing we will miss the most is the interaction with the students. We get to meet a lot of students. We take students to dinner. We recognize students that have been accomplished, and that interaction with students is just one of the great parts of this job. And I tell you, in all honesty, I think it's helped keep me young, because there's always new ideas and new challenges, and they're on top of all the changes that are happening in the world. So if there's one thing, it will probably be that great interaction that we've had with students through the years, and again, the ability to see them grow, develop, and go on to successful lives and careers. Honor it's been, what a pleasure it's been. This is really a great experience. There's aspects of a college or university's president's job that are challenging. You're running a big organization, and you have all the people challenges and everything. But when you put that aside, it really, when it comes down to it, is an honor to be president.